Hi there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode of Straight to Streaming. Today we are talking about Heart of Stone. So, Heart of Stone is the new Netflix action movie. It's directed by Tom Harper and stars Gal Gadot as Rachel Stone, a super spy agent who works for an group called the Charter and is embedded inside MI6. However, one day her entire MI6 team is betrayed and the super AI system that the Charter uses is also stolen. And now it's up to Rachel to save the day. So, this film is very much a Mission Impossible esque spy thriller. Now, it's really hard to do an original spy thriller and not make it feel like James Bond or Mission Impossible, but this film really was going for the jugular and trying to be a new Mission Impossible. With that being said, it just lacks the complexity and the landing that it would need to make a good spy thriller that would stand on its own without Mission Impossible already existing. The problem here is the story here is trying to be like this big, complex conspiracy with you don't know who to trust, you don't know what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it comes across as convoluted at times as well. This world hasn't really been built up to this point for us, as this is the first film in this particular story. This movie tries to throw people in the middle here without really giving an explanation for what's going on or why these organizations exist or why it's trying to do what it's doing. It doesn't really build the world up, it just kind of expects us to accept the way the world is in this particular movie. It's almost like this film is the fourth movie in a franchise and it wants us to accept the world as it is, when in fact this movie's really the first movie in a potential franchise, but it's not as interesting as other spy movie franchises are. This isn't helped by the fact that the characters aren't developed either. Again, this film really feels like it's a sequel almost, but it's not. These characters aren't developed in this film. Most of these characters are just there, and we're supposed to really feel for them in certain situations, but we don't because we don't understand who they are. Which is a real shame because the performances here aren't bad. Gal Gadot's really good as Rachel. We also have good performances by Jamie Dornan and Alia Bhatt. And it's really a shame to see their good performance work go to waste in a very bad script that just really didn't know how to write good characters or a really great story. That being said, the visuals aren't that bad either, as I really did enjoy the action choreography and the way it was paced and done. I really enjoyed this film at times when the action started to get going, and I really had fun watching the movie as a whole as a result. Now, there are some times where the CGI does get a little out of hand, but it didn't really bug me a ton. I still found myself enjoying the overall action sequences in this film. And the music's not bad either. Yes, it starts off with a really bad pop song, but once it starts going, the film really was fun to watch and listen to. I really found myself not hating this movie. Yeah, it's definitely flawed and definitely wants to be Mission Impossible and lacks everything that Mission Impossible had going for it, and it definitely feels like a sequel in a long-running franchise as opposed to the first movie in a potential franchise. That being said, I still think this film was a fun time watch, and I have to give it props for that. So I'm going to give Heart of Stone a 6 out of 10. At the end of the day, this film's for people who just want to have a fun action movie, who don't really want to think about it, because if you start to think about it, things just kind of go wrong in your brain. Anyway, that's what I thought about Heart of Stone. What do you think about it if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.